Welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway. I'm the preacher at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Today we are in 1 Corinthians chapter 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Apologies not having my Verse of the Day up yesterday. For those who do know me, hunting season for archery started Saturday. And so every now and then on Mondays and Fridays, I might miss my Verse of the Day because I decided to get up early and go hunt. So that's the reasoning behind that. But won't be too much here at the beginning while it's still warm. Anyways, we're in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, going to look at verse 23. 1 Corinthians 9 and looking at verse 23, which reads, "So I do all things for the sake of the gospel, so that I may become a fellow partaker of it." And so I hope that you take the time to read the rest of the chapter, because that'll help make sense of what he's saying here, and to the point that he does all things for the sake of the gospel, right? He goes forth in the beginning of this, it kind of goes forth and makes a point on how it was right for him and Barnabas to it would be right for him and Barnabas to get paid, basically, to do the work that he had been doing, to go forth and preach the gospel, to teach others, to take a wife, and to help and assist. But then he makes the point that he did not do those things, though, right? That he hasn't taken a wife to assist and be a helpmate to him, so that he can stay fully focused on teaching the truth. He hasn't taken pay from the brethren here, so that they don't, use that in any way to heed him from teaching the truth, or for them to use that as an excuse on why he was there or anything like that. He didn't do any of those things, and he does that for them, right? For the sake of the gospel. He chose not to do that, but labored on his own, went forth, and we know that he was also a tent maker. He did certain things so that he did not have to burden the brethren here. Now, there's times in which we know he did get assistance from other congregations, but here he makes it clear to them, I did not burden you at all. And then further on, as he gets lead up to this verse, he comes to that point that he's willing to do all things for the sake of the gospel, to the point of those who were under the law, he acted as a Jew because he was a Jew. To those who were not under the law, he did not, hold himself under that law and certain things, because that's how he could reach them. To those who were weak, he became weak. To those who became strong, he was strong. And so he became all things to all people, right? He's willing to be all things to teach and spread the word of God. And so he's trying to meet people where they are, so that he can help and assist them to get better, right? To come to Christ. And excuse me, sorry. And so as he does that, he finishes up the chapter going into the point of course, those who compete for a rise, those who run according to the rules. And so we need to make sure that we're doing all that we can, one, to make sure we are in the truth, but all we can to help others, all we can to spread the gospel, to teach others. And so in mindset, when we're going forward and trying to reach somebody, we got to consider who it is, our audience, right? Who is it that we're speaking to? We go to brethren who've known the word all their life, then we're going to go forth and probably be more bold and straightforward, able to. Whereas if you're teaching someone who's new and hasn't really studied the Bible, you can't just start spitting things out, because then they don't know what you're talking about. You got to start with the first principles, start with the elementary teachings. And so there's a place to start for everybody, and we got to make sure we're trying our best to help them where they're at and get them to the Lord. So I want to thank you for joining me. Hope everybody has a blessed day, and if the Lord is willing, I'll talk to you later.